Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Reviews. I'm your host, the Future Keybearer. Before we get into the next level, let's talk about this game's travel system. The Gummy Ship. And how it is the most annoying, tedious, most piece of shit travel system I've ever seen in my I'm sorry. It's just... Damn, I hate the Gummy Ship in this game. From the world map, you decide which world you want to go to, and then you gotta fly there in the Gummy Ship. That in itself isn't too bad, except the targeting system's awkward to use, the ship goes way too slow in order for it to be interesting, and there's even a button that makes it go even slower! Now that isn't to say that there is no merit to the Gummy Ship at all. In an option called the Gummy Garage, you can customize different models of ships or even create your own. While it doesn't do anything for me, I can see people who enjoy games like Minecraft or Gary's Mod really having fun with it. Whew. Okay, now that I got that out of my system, let's continue our look at Kingdom Hearts by going to our first Disney world, Wonderland. So the level starts with Sora, Donald, and Goofy falling down the rabbit hole when they see someone run by.
Oh my word, what's this? I'm late! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! I'm here, I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the Queen, she clapped my head for sure!
You know, you'd think at some point the White Rabbit will learn to be a little bit more punctual. So naturally, our trio decides to follow the White Rabbit, we see some more Wonderland shenanigans, and they lose track of the White Rabbit. Sort of.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
That tracks!
Must you be so loud? You woke me up.
You weren't already awake?
So the doorknob tells the trio to drink the shrinking potion that suddenly appears on the table, that suddenly appears out of nowhere. But instead of having to go through the door, you have to go through a hole in the wall to the left of the door, which is covered by a bed that you have to push into the wall while you're still big. I'd ask why, but fuck it, it's Wonderland. So we make our way into the Queen's court, where we see Alice is on trial.
I'm on trial? But why?
Alright, you wanna know something really cool? The woman that got to play Alice in this game is none other than Catherine Beaumont. For those of you who don't know, Catherine Beaumont is the woman who played Alice in the original 1951 animated film. Yeah.
So it turns out Alice is on trial because the Queen of Hearts believes that she quite literally tried to steal her heart. And knowing that the true culprit of the crime is the Heartless, Sora tries to intervene. So after Sora declares that Alice isn't the culprit, the Queen shows some surprising charity and decides to only lock Alice up as opposed to taking off her head until Sora, Donald, and Goofy return with evidence proving Alice's innocence. So you head out into the forest where you meet the Cheshire Cat, who is completely convinced of Alice's innocence and even knows who the culprit is.
Wait a minute, if the Cheshire Cat knows that Alice is innocent, then why don't they bring him back as like a character witness or something?
The Cheshire Cat has all the answers, but does not always tell. What the Cheshire Cat does tell you, however, is that there are 4 different pieces of evidence to find. Now, you are in no way obligated to find all 4 pieces of evidence. Really, you only need to find 1. However, there are 2 benefits to finding all of them, which we'll discuss later. So once you're done searching for evidence, you go to present it to the Queen. However, the Queen decides to add her own box of evidence and shuffle them all up, and tells you to choose 1. This is one of 2 reasons why it's better to find all the boxes of evidence as opposed to just 1. Because if you do find them all, you'll have a better chance of choosing the right one during the actual trial. If you choose one of your evidence boxes, it'll show a Heartless. However, if you choose the Queen's evidence, it'll show Donald and Goofy. Now, no matter what evidence you pick, the Queen is still going to stick her cards on you. However, if you pick Donald and Goofy when choosing the evidence, they're going to get locked up, and they won't be able to help you. But here's what's kind of stupid about it. If you manage to choose the wrong box of evidence and Donald and Goofy get locked up, you can free them from their cages. I mean, what the hell was the point of this entire exercise anyway?
So, yeah, one of the benefits of finding all the evidence is kind of freaking pointless. After you're done finding the cards, you realize that Alice has gone missing for some reason, and so everyone, including our three heroes, go out to look for her. And their search brings them to the Tea Party Garden. Oh, cool! The Tea Party Garden! You know, the Mad Tea Party was by far the best scene in the entire movie. I can't wait to see the March Hare and the Mad Hatter! What the fuck is this shit?! Yeah, the closest thing we get to seeing the Mad Hatter and the March Hare is this really depressing picture. So, moving on from the Tea Party Garden, we end up back in the room where the doorknob is. Except now we're standing on the ceiling. This entire place makes my head hurt. So the Cheshire Cat tells you to light the lanterns, and then you meet him back on the ground floor where he reveals the holy hell! This thing is the painfully annoying Trickmaster. What makes this guy really annoying is that he's got a very small hit zone that's only just barely in your reach. Granted, if you hit him enough times, you can stun him to make him come down to the floor and get a few good hits on him, but it's still really hard to get to that point. But you know what the really funny thing is? There is no reason for this to be this hard. I mean, think about it. If Sorgal and Goofy had gotten the chance to drink the potion that would allow them to grow, the damn Trickmaster would only be about as tall as Sora is. So, after being the Trickmaster, you are rewarded with an Ifrit's Horn and the Blizzard spell. Possibly. Okay, you remember how I said that there were two benefits to finding all the boxes of evidence in the forest? Well, the second one is the Cheshire Cat's reward. If you find all 4 boxes of evidence, the Cheshire Cat will reward you by giving you early access to the Blizzard spell, which supposedly makes the Trickmaster easier to defeat because it's weak to Blizzard. Personally, though, I never really found it that useful. I've always found the Blizzard spell really awkward to use and hard to aim. After that, the doorknob starts complaining about the racket, and yawns to reveal a keyhole inside his keyhole. Keyholeception. Sora's Keyblade reacts to it, and ends up locking it. What the point of that was will be revealed in due time. The Cheshire Cat then tells our 3 heroes that Alice is no longer in Wonderland, so the trio figures they might find her if they go to another world. So that was Wonderland, and God, I hate this level. Now, granted, that might be due to the fact that I was never a big fan of the original Alice in Wonderland movie to begin with, but everything in this level confuses me, and playing it just sort of leaves me with a headache. But to be fair, that is the nonsensical nature of Wonderland. So really, I can't really be mad at the game designers for doing something right. And the designs of the locations really look like they belong in Wonderland. Well, that's it for this episode. Tune in next time where we get to check out 2 worlds with 1 family. Well, actually, it's just 1 world with the... Shut up!